Good morning. Welcome to the first stop at the Sunbelt Expo field tour. When you're looking at the University of Georgia Weed Science, 8 to 10 acres, we've got a lot of different research studies. My name's Stanley Culpepper. I'm a University of Georgia weed scientist. One of my primary crops is cotton. That's what you'll see today on the tour. Again, we've got a lot of objectives. The first trial that you'll be riding by is about 2.5 or 3 acres. And at first glance, what you'll see is some clean, good-looking cotton. But actually, every ninth bed or so, what you'll see is some pigweed that's been damaged by one of the most commonly applied products in the state, and that's our Ingenia or our XtendiMax or our Tavian products. This pigweed won't die if we don't come back and do something. But what we're studying here is we're actually bringing in irradiated pollen. And the females, we treat with that pollen to try to reduce or eliminate the viability of the seed. So the goal of the project is, can we get rid of the seed production of these female Palmer amaranth plants through the use of pollen? So it's really fascinating. You'll see that as you come through about every ninth bed, you'll see pigweed and other weed escapes. And we're actually treating those guys with pollen to see if we can reduce the seed bank and win the war over time. As you're coming across our field, the second study you'll see is really interesting. It's looking at the value of residual herbicides applied at planting and their value in controlling weeds like Palmer amaranth and spiderwort. And also in that same study, we're looking at determining the most ideal application timing between post-emergence applications. So for example, we'll have signs up for you. We'll even have the number of pigweed that have escaped our treatment per acre. So take a look at those. But I think what you'll see is tremendous value in the use of the residual at plant herbicide. And then when you look at the intervals between our post-emergence application, this is an example of one of our escapes that occurs if you don't put residuals at planting. That's the key. But when the residual doesn't work because it didn't get activated or you weren't able to put it out, what's the best post-emergence program? And what we've got applications 5 days apart, 10 days apart, 15 days apart, and 20 days apart. And I'm gonna let you look at the signs and look at the number of pigweed per acre, but it's very important, and you can definitely improve your program by understanding the interval. The third experiment that we've put signs on, hopefully for you to see today, is probably my favorite. This is 2 of our most common programs, a Liberty Roundup-based program and a dicamba-based program. We're comparing those 2 programs, but what's really interesting is we're comparing them when you're, let's say, really timely. The largest weed is 3 inches, and we got to the field when we wanted to. And you'll notice the size of the cotton here. This is one of our timely programs, whether it's the Liberty Roundup program or the dicamba program. But if we delayed that post-emergence application only 7 days, look at the size of this cotton. All right, it's the exact same treatment, 7 days too late with that application. Our cotton is small because of weed competition. We'll also have signs up, tell you the number of pigweed per acre that we miss by being a week behind. Now, as you continue across the field, we're going to highlight a few other things. We're looking at the HPPD cotton technology, hopefully going to be commercialized in the next year or 2. So take your time and look at some of those signs. We're also going to share with you some different programs in controlling spiderwort and nutsedge. So I hope you have a great day at the Expo this year.